All right, so we're going to be talking about content generation. So Daniel and I were just talking about this. So this is brand new, hot off the presses framework. And we started thinking there's got to be some way of harnessing the power of all the creativity and idea generation, but also how do we gather the ideas from the clients that we're working with and specifically what they said. So we started coming up with this framework, and Daniel is going to walk us through a couple of the ideas we had right now.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. And what we're talking about is leveraging content creation. So everything we're trying to do is leveraged, and content creation is no different. So, I mean, just the other day, this is a quick example. Rob and I were sitting around on a call, brainstorming topics. And we do, as we do all the time, we talk about all kinds of things that our clients discuss so that come up for us. And I'm going to share my screen up so people can see this, but the one on what you see on the whiteboard behind me is we were talking about close relationships. And we actually started talking about this because I was explaining how I figured out that my wife was going to become my wife. And then we also realized that some of these same ideas that we had applied to business partnerships. And so we thought, oh, we should do a video around business partnerships because these are really valuable ideas. And we'll do that later. But we just put this on the board and we never captured it anywhere. And we said no, we need to capture this. We need to have a systematic content generation mechanism. And so we built one, and this is his first draft, hot off the press, but we think the concepts we're going to talk about today will be valuable. So I'm just going to share here and show you what it looks like currently. If I share this, Rob, let me know when you can see that.
It's coming up. Not quite yet.
You should see the file called Platform Leverage.
Yep, got it.
All right, perfect. Okay, so there's 3 tabs here, and we're going to go through each of them, but I just want to show you. What we've done is we've taken the topic of relationships and partnerships and making them generative as our topic. The category is personal development, because that's one of the categories that our groups are interested in. And what we did is the most important step is to capture some details and some big ideas. So now that we've done that, I actually feel good. I can now erase this board, which has been up here for 2 days. We didn't do anything about. And then we do this all the time when we write ideas down on paper and we never capture them for later use. And then we find them 5 years later in a stack of papers. So Rob and I are both guilty of that. But we put it in here. Now we've captured the biggest things. We remember all the key things we figured out. So when we do this video, we've taken that to the next step, right? So, but today's video is actually this one here. We're doing leveraged content creation, and it's in the marketing and sales category, which, by the way, when you think about categories, think about all the things that your clients need. And our clients are telling us these are the things that they need and that want, and things that we know that they need. So that's where the categories come from, and then we can build content within those categories. But for now, let's start with this one. We thought about what we need to think about when we're generating content. There's a few things that maybe people don't think about. I want to share that. First, what are your business's strategic needs? And that's this tab here. So maybe you have events and trainings and workshops and sessions and products and frameworks that you want to do or that you already have on the calendar, whatever it is. For example, we have our 3D cycle, our design, deliver, debrief framework, and we've already done a framework around design. We need to create a delivery framework. Should we say deliver framework and a debrief framework, which we have talked about. We just haven't captured it yet. So those are here. It's frameworks that we need to build. We also have a product that we're building called Rapid Design Studios. So we need to create content for that. So here's all the things we need to create content for, whether it's bonus content or video content or recordings that we can send out, or just things that are coming up in our business that are strategically oriented in our business strategy. So number one, think about what do you need in your business? What strategically will help you before you start generating all the content? Because when we get to the next tab, you'll understand how to use that information. Next couple tabs. So strategic content first, strategic needs first, then what assets do you currently have? So we did a quick brainstorm here. It's not comprehensive, but existing assets that you have already that could be redeployed or repurposed towards maybe those strategic needs or other things that you need that you want to put out in your business. So we have some Rapid Design Studio content. We have our November 1st workshop that we did. We've done our session 1 for Surefire group coaching system. We actually got a whole bunch of clips out of there. So we're going to be repurposing those. They're like little great 2-minute segments from within the session that we got that we can repurpose for very powerful use for our clients. And then once you know your strategic needs for the business, first tab, second tab, the assets that you already have and can repurpose, then you can look at your client needs tab, which is your all the things that you need that your clients say that they need. So how do we get this list, right? Almost all of these came from an activity that we did in a group coaching session with our clients. And we designed the activity to be really fun and engaging activity that A, got the clients clarity, and B, got us clarity on what they need. and all the questions and challenges that they have that maybe we are addressing and maybe we aren't addressing, we can create content around those things because that's what's going to resonate most. So now that we know what the clients need, because we put it all in here and we categorize those things, as I mentioned, into different categories. So we know that our clients want personal development, they want community, they want marketing and sales, they want design, and they want delivery. There's a few other categories in there for sure below if we scroll down, but we're gonna keep on staying up here so that we can focus on creating this content today, which is what we're doing. So we decided that our business, strategic needs for our business, we do need to create a leverage content system for ourselves. That wasn't on the tab, but should have been. And then we don't have any assets around this that we can use right away. So we're going to use this today, and we're generating that content right now. What you see is the video we're going to use for leveraged content creation. It's so leveraged, we're telling you about it while we do it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to capture the big ideas around this content, right, Rob? What are our big ideas in leveraged content creation here?
So one of the things that we're thinking about as we're thinking about leverage is it creates this virtual cycle where it's a win for us, it's a win for the members of the community, what they're asking for, and then it's a win for them, for their clients. So whatever we're creating, it's actually something that our clients, because our clients are coaches, can turn around and use for themselves in their own sessions. So it creates that triple win framework that is so essential. The other thing that I'm thinking about as we were doing leverage client creation is we have a 3D cycle: design, deliver, and debrief. Well, one of the things as we're thinking about, getting started for a session and then getting into the debrief section, how to end a session, is we'll start including in the debrief capturing the client needs right after a session, because during a session that we're conducting or any of our clients are conducting, they are hearing directly from the participants of their community, of their coaching session, exactly what it is that they need, exactly what they're struggling with. And it's possible that in whatever session you have, 90-minute session, if you do 60-minute sessions, you can't go into the level of depth that you might want to in the session. So rather than shortchanging that particular topic, it goes into this intentional content creation calendar, and that could become the specific topic of a future coaching session, workshop, whatever, for people. So just really capturing those things actively and just be listening, having this particular framework. And I think this is what Daniel and I were both feeling the need for. Having this framework gives us a place to put the ideas immediately as they start arising. So we're in coaching sessions, we get ideas. We're going for walks and something comes to our mind, we're generating ideas. Now we have a place to capture those ideas so they don't go into a million, as Daniel said, handwritten notes, scribbles, notes on our computers, our phones, or just this idea that we generated a ton of enthusiasm over and then forgot about completely. So those are
a couple. Rob. I've captured some of the extra big ideas that you just came up with as we create this content right now. So this is great. I'm loving this. So there's one idea that I didn't capture yet that I mentioned, which is categorize client needs to identify the big buckets. So we have 5 or 6 big buckets. All of our content is always going to be about those 5 or 6 big buckets. Maybe we'll add more, but that's whatever the clients are telling you, those are the buckets. And then like when you want to generate content is like, it needs to fit under these key buckets. And you might want to have specific things about those buckets that clients really resonate with all the time coming through your content. So, we've identified the big buckets here. So there's more to this though, because we just captured, up here it says capture the big ideas. And so we did that. Now the next part is, are there going to be frameworks or concepts or teachings? So yeah, we're probably going to create some of these. We don't have it today, but we have this, strategic needs, assets, client needs. That's SAC. We could maybe spell SAC or something. So I'll put that in here for now, SAC, and then I'm gonna hide these so that we can see our title column here. But the next step after the frameworks, so you can put in your frameworks and concepts and teachings into that column E here, where if you remember some ideas on what you could do, you could stop there and come back to be like, oh yeah, I said, here's the big ideas and here's a concept we could teach. So then even SAC itself could be just a 5-minute content video that we could create. And hey, we may do that. Then my favorite part of this is the next column, which is what is a group activity you could run in your sessions around this framework? So Rob, if we were going to do a group activity that is authentic transformational experience for our clients, because we want them to do those group authentic transformational experiences, those gates, what would you design as a group activity around leverage content creation?
Yeah, so probably what I would do, and again, we're just brainstorming this literally in front of you, but probably what I would do is encourage the participants to get a big picture view. So if you go into the column of strategic needs, like what are the needs that you have for your business? So they're the needs for you and your business. And also, what is the big problem that you're solving for your clients? And what are they saying they need? So you're thinking back very specifically about the pain points, the struggles, the challenges that they're having. And the more clear you're getting on those challenges directly from the clients, the better your content is going to be. So I would encourage the members to journal for a period of time. What are those key things that they have remembered hearing the clients talk about, or what questions come up on a repeated basis, or what are they always saying over and over and over again to the clients? So it's really at that point kind of a brainstorming session. So that would probably be the first exercise group activity that I would do is the journaling, with each person doing it individually. Then I might do some kind of a group session, because we have, in our case, we have coaches that are all doing, like they have the model of coaching. So I might actually ask each one of the members to talk about what they've noticed their clients having a challenge with, and again, talk about their strategic needs and talk about the client's strategic needs, and then have the group say, ooh, here's a theme that I see. Here is a struggle. Here's a pain point. Here's the gap. Because sometimes when we're so in it, it goes through the principle of never design alone, never create alone. It's one of the reasons, going back to the relationship framework that we talked about, that Daniel and I have had exponential growth brainstorming with each other, because we each, sometimes now we're getting in sync where we're having ideas at the same time. Like, oh yes, I was thinking about the same thing. Let's do that. But we have that creative energy that comes naturally from a group, which again is why we're so big on having group coaching be a better model for people. So help people to see the bigger picture for themselves. And then the third thing that I would invite people to do is to create a list for themselves. Just start writing, something just like this. Brainstorm a list, do a brain dump of what are some of the topics that their clients might need, and then go out and test it in the real world. So just start putting content out there and engaging with the clients. They can do Facebook Lives, they can do phone calls, whatever way you have of communicating with your clients. Just having conversations with people, and then pay real close attention to what resonates, what has people leaning in to the topic, and what has people like, okay, I don't get it. What are you talking about here? And then that's the way that you can start refining the messages for your content creation.
I love that, Rob. A couple of things you just said. The part 4 that we need to put in this activity is going to be action.
Yeah.
How will you experiment to get data?
Yeah.
How will you get content into the world? And we probably would encourage them to say, like, pick the top idea for content, and then we'll and take probably 2 minutes to journal the big ideas, right? And honestly, we'll probably just give them this spreadsheet that they can copy as a tool. Mm-hmm. We'll definitely run this in the mastermind. Actually, it's such a great activity. So what we've done here is we've taken this content creation topic. We've captured our big ideas. We put it in a category and make sure it's in the right category of something that our clients need. And then we've generated maybe a framework or concept for teaching. And then we've created a group activity that we can use in an actual group session. So if you're not doing group coaching yet, this is why you need to do group coaching, because you can leverage the content that your clients need in a group setting to build even more powerful experience for them that they can leave with an actual plan, right? So it's action-oriented, it's group engaged, it builds community, has people help each other. There's a lot of things we're doing in this activity here that you may not notice that Rob just designed in there, just like because he's that good. It's just like putting all the stuff in at once. But I just want to point out some of those things. The last part is when they leave, we want them to have something they can go do to move them forward, because it's all about progress. So that's what this group activity. So now this is our draft of the group activity. Now, when we go design the actual session, it's probably going to be slightly different, but it'll be substantially similar probably. in ways that actually matter. So then right now is the next step. We caught up in real time to what we're doing right now, which is the video. We're recording the video. So that's what we're doing right now. As you can see, the recording button is on. As soon as this video is done, we're going to jump off Zoom and jump back on so we can get the video processing. And we're going to take this video and we're going to post it to our YouTube channel. Then we're going to create a little email around this video. And we're going to put that email out to our list because we needed a list and need to send an email out today. And now that email has gone to the list, there's also going to be a blog that we can link in that email. We're going to take that email and put it on the blog, some version of it. And you'll see our emails and our blogs are very similar for that reason, slightly different. And then once we have that done, we can easily generate some content for our private Facebook group, for our public Facebook group, for our personal Facebook page. And honestly, this video might not go in its entirety online for free. It might actually become a part of our mastermind content or a part of our course content or a part of whatever. For now, it probably will be a free one, but we can choose what we want to put in where because we identify those strategic needs. And then we have other platforms that we have. And it's good. This content is actually going to be a great bonus for our training, for our mastermind. Let's see, our training programs. Actually, this is going to be a definite bonus for the Surefire program and our online trainings. Our mastermind will definitely get this content. So that's basically, maybe we should have a module here. So once we finish all this, we'll have yeses all across. And now what we've done, and we can do all of this in like, right now it'll be less than a day, but eventually it'll be less than a couple hours because we'll have a virtual assistant helping us with some of these things. But that's basically how we're going to generate content from now. Now we'll never worry about content. And there's a whole nother framework on how to frame your content. Well, we'll talk about that some other time, but this is just how to come up with content and how to capture it, leverage it, and make sure it's aligned to your clients and your strategic needs. So hopefully that was helpful. Rob, any what did I forget or miss or anything else valuable that we want to share?
Yeah, the only other thing that's just coming to my mind in real time is that one of the genius moves about this is now that you've created a spreadsheet for yourself of what you think you're hearing from people, because initially our exercise is brainstorming for yourself for what you think you've heard. Now, literally, you have a document that you can share with your clients and ask them, what else do you want? Like, go through this list. Here's the stuff that we've heard you say, we think that you need, but you may think in real time, oh, I really need this. I really need this. And having a real-time immediate scratch pad that enables your clients to give you feedback about what it is they're looking for really creates engagement, lean in, buy-in for it. And when they start generating content, then we're saying, hey, by the way, we remembered you said that you wanted this particular topic. We're going to be talking about this next week. So make sure you show up for that particular mastermind session or that particular action room session. So you see how it creates a constant cycle of really listening to the client's needs on a continual basis and adjusting to the client needs and satisfying them.
So good, Rob, because I know just honestly, our mastermind, when they see this video, they're like, I want to be in that session, which is coming up soon, where we're going to do this group activity because they know they want to generate the content. We know that that's what they want too. And I'm actually thinking I would love to go through this activity too, again, in more detail, because, doing the part 1, 2, 3, 4 there, that's going to help us further refine what we're doing in this content when we do maybe the next version of it.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is a really powerful set of ideas for all of you who want to know how to generate content. If you found this helpful, please do leave a comment. If you just discovered us randomly, please do join our list. You can just opt in at groupcoachmagic.com. And if you want to be part of our mastermind, it is invitation only. So we're going to have to get to know you a little bit. But if you want to join our next program, Surefire Group Coaching System, we teach people how to coach online, and also it can be applied live in groups. So if you're a coach who knows that group is the next level for you, or you're actively trying to coach group, or you're doing it on the field, then this is for you. So we appreciate your time, and we will talk to you later. Sending you a virtual hug from both of us.
Bye, everyone.